Judy, you ever get a little upset with your family over something that is a big deal to you, but it's not a big deal to them, so you can't really make it a big deal without you being kind of the dick about it?
Yes.
We've been doing this show for almost 2 years, right?
We have.
You know how many people in my family have come over to my house in the last week and been like, oh, what you got going on with your teddy bear? He has a gun, does he? Ah! He's been behind me for 2 years, and no one knows.
I mean, he has been chilling there for... One of these days he's gonna be moved. They'd be like, what's missing here?
Exactly. And guess what? That's the day he snipes your ass, okay? Welcome to a conversation with Judy and Ryan right here on YouTube at takeabreathpod. Please remember to check us out wherever you social media for the most part. We have them at TikTok, at Instagram, at YouTube. That's the one that's the one that you should go to the most, the YouTube. If you like going to YouTube. If you don't waste your time, okay? You're just going to get yourself in trouble. If you want to listen to the audio podcast
on YouTube.
Oh, next thing you know, you think time travel is a real thing. I had a coworker try to tell me that one time. That's a story for a different day. If you just want to listen to audio podcasts, please remember to check us out, A Conversation with Judy and Ryan, wherever you do your audio podcasts. And the biggest thing, we always say you have to like the show. You should subscribe to the channels, but you got to share the content, right? We appreciate if you could share it. And my favorite way for you to share it, you could always hit the share button in whatever social media you use, boom. But for me, my favorite is you just walk outside and just whoever is around, you just yell, listen to a conversation with Judy and Ryan. Just do it one time. It'll feel cathartic, like when the doctor will say, you just need to go and beat the fuck out of something. That's how it feels after you yell. No, like you've got a whole bunch of pent up aggression and you just need to go beat something, like a rage room.
Ooh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's the same feeling that you get from going to a rage room. It's just afterwards you just feel like, oh God, it felt so good to get that out of me. Because you've been wanting to share this so much and you've got to share it. You've been holding on to it though. That's what I'm saying. You feel like you need to share, but you've been holding on to it and it's like building up inside of you, right? Because you want to share it because you know how good it is, but you don't want to share it because you want to be on the cool side. You want this cool thing to be all your own. But I'm telling you, once you let it out, it's like a weight that's just lifted. All right, before I get too hippie with it today, I'm in a good mood. What can I say? I've had a big life change over the course of the last 7 days. Mm-hmm. And you know what happened because the EP is someone who will brag about everything, but a lot of people don't know. And that's that I got married.
Woo! Yay!
Yeah, it was kind of a last minute thing. I needed to make sure she couldn't testify against me. So we're just going to leave it at that.
Okay.
But yeah, it was interesting because I had forgotten the process of what it was like to get my marriage license the first time. And part of that was because it was so easy and straightforward. Like, I had never done it before, so half the questions are only applied to people if you've been divorced. We'll get to that in a minute. So,
oh yeah, right. I didn't think about that, but yeah, you're right. Okay.
So half the questions were, pretty straightforward. The ones that I did not know, like it asked me what state my mom was born in.
It asked you that?
Yeah, and I think it's just so that if they have to prove that you are who you are, they have more information. If I had to guess why, right? Okay. So it asked me that, and so I took an educated guess.
You didn't even call to ask?
No, of course we did, but it was early, so she was like out doing her fucking morning yoga routine or whatever.
Oh.
You know, she's busy. She's out there doing stuff. Okay.
You know what? You are. She is a busy woman.
Yeah. So we called. She didn't answer. So I was like, all right, well, I'm not going through with this. So I took a guess. By the way, that guess was not correct, but we'll get to that later. And then it started asking me, like I said, it asked a bunch of questions about being previously married. Mm-hmm. And one of the questions that I just did not know the full answer to was what the date of my divorce was. So I did some maths. You know, I was like, well, Asher was about a year and a couple months when I left. So then it was about 6 months after that. So I did, like I said, I did some maths and I came up with a date that I'm fairly certain is close enough.
Okay.
And then we go up to the lady who swears you in and everything, and not swears you in, but, you know, certifies you. Mm-hmm. And she asked, are all the answers that you gave to these questions to the best of your knowledge true? As soon as she said to the best of your knowledge, it's like, I attest. Yes. Yes. Oh, I was so worried that like they were going to ask, are all these questions 100% true? And I was going to be like, verifiably true.
We're going to look it up in the system, sir.
But if that's how it happens, then you wouldn't have all these stories about dudes being married to the same woman at the same time. Like,
true.
You know, right? You gotta, they're not really checking. They just want to make sure they're covered somehow. So we get through that. And then, like I said, it was a really last minute thing. So we just got married at the Justice of the Peace. You are allowed to have 8 people there. So that was fun, figuring out which 8 people in our lives can go.
Right.
It was a lot easier for me, right? Because most of my people don't even live here. You know,
fair, yeah.
It's my mom and it's Asher. And then we did make sure that my mom's husband, my dad, could go. Mm-hmm. And then I invited my other dad. That wasn't awkward at all for me.
Oh.
Oh, God. Yeah, I know. I'm tearing up over here. It's got me snorting. So we figured it out. Like I said, I wouldn't say much harder. It was harder for her than it was for me just because she's got a bigger family here.
Right.
But we did it. I thought I gave really good. We did our own vows, right? And I thought my vows were really, really good.
Okay.
And then she comes in and just filibusters the hell out of me. Like, I did mine, I would say I did a hot maybe 60, 90 seconds, right? Mm-hmm. But it hit all the right things. It was very heartfelt, had some personal touches in there, mentioned the kid, in, out. That's what the people want. They want clear, concise content. And then she's just here like, on August 4th of the second week of our relationship, I knew that it was you who I forever was going to be entitled to. As you, and then she just goes up. They were very sweet. Like, don't get me wrong, her vows were so amazing. But just like, and the fact she made me go first, right? Now there's no good way for this to go. Because if she goes long and I go short on the back end, everyone's just like, wow, he really didn't put as much effort into his day.
Right, yeah.
But then, if I go first, it's just like, hey, remember how you did that? I'm going to beat into you over and over and over again how my vows are better.
Yeah. So
she goes through this whole thing. Very sweet. I find out later, she took out a whole section. They were going to be longer.
Oh my God, Evie, how long was it originally going to be?
It was going to be it was J.R.R. Martin's final book. It was the final book in the Song of Fire and Ice story. That's not Dungeons and Dragons. What is it?
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. It's Game of Thrones, if you're wondering. I knew that. I knew it the whole time. I'm into the pop culture. So we get married. Everything's cool.
Yeah.
Then earlier this week, she's like, hey, we're still going to celebrate our anniversary, right?
Oh.
And I'm like, why would we do that? Why would we do that? We are married. We have rings. We've set our vows. We have a new date carved out in stone. We are on a new journey of our relationship. That thing goes into the past. It's gone. We usually go out and have a nice dinner. We had the nicest dinner. We had a super nice dinner with our entire family. Why would we have to have 2 anniversaries? Because here's why I have to nip this in the bud right now. Right now.
Okay.
If we do 2 anniversaries this year, you think that shit's gonna stop next year? Or even this year, I mean? No, it's gonna continue year after year after year. And now I always have, how'd I get wrangled into 2 anniversaries? Nope. Your boy's gotta put his foot down.
So we do 2 anniversaries.
Of course you do. Shut the fuck up. You're not helping.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to stand with EP on this one.
Oh God. Keith is too nice to you, okay? That's the truth. He needs to, he needs to put his foot down. I'm here. I got your back, Keith, okay? Put your foot down and be like, Judy, no mas doble anniversaries, okay? Okay? You hit her with a little Spanish, she'll be a little taken, right? She'll be taken off guard. And then that's how you know you pounce again. You're like, I'm serious about this. It's done. But you got to hit her with the Spanish about it, right? You got to get him off guard.
No.
Keith, come on, man. I'm relying on you.
No, we've already done this 2 years in. We're not going to continue to not do this.
I'm giving you a chance, Keith. If you're ever going to have a chance, this is it. I'm giving you the reason to bring it up. No mas dobles anniversaries.
But to be fair, our anniversaries are kind of convenient in the sense that they're always fall around a holiday weekend. So we would always do our weekend trips, and that's kind of us celebrating whichever anniversary that is. So our wedding anniversary falls around President's Day, and then our dating anniversary falls around Memorial Day.
So you guys just take celebrate. A long weekend every time.
We take long weekends, yeah. Yeah, that's our style. It's not like we do gifts, exchange.
And you guys okay, well, I mean, I guess because you guys also do a lot of stupid trips and take a lot of fake days off for the Sunflower Festival or whatever. Ugh.
Wait, let me tell y'all. So Keith is starting at a new school district. They get this random week in October off. It's their fall break. I was like, you get a whole week off in October just for fall break?
Apparently so. Oh my God. Anyway,
love that for him.
So annoying. I love it for him. Doesn't mean I'm not annoyed. Okay, I'm glad he gets the days off. But the fact that other people also get those days off is really what pisses me off. Okay, if it was just Keith getting those days off, it'd be fine. The fact other people get to benefit, no.
Their whole school district. But yeah, okay. So you have a ring.
Yes, I have a bunch of rings actually.
A bunch of rings?
Yeah, because I wasn't really I'm not into the rings and stuff and all the I don't know, defining aspects of marriage other than, staying committed to one person, Yeah. Not trying to throw that, but just because I've always said, to me, marriage is a mindset. I choose to be married to somebody, and I've had that same attitude with her since, basically our second date. I've always treated it like this is the person I'm going to be with for the rest of my life. Mm-hmm. So I didn't really care about the ring aspect because I've been with this person for 4 years, sans ring, and it's worked out so far. But she disagreed. So what I did is I got a bunch of silicone rings.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So I got a bunch of
Keith
those.
wears those.
Yeah. And I got a bunch because I got one nice one, and then I got another one that came in like a pack. So there were like 5 different ones in this pack of rings.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I was just on Amazon a couple days ago, and I found this specific ring. Mm-hmm. And this one is made out of tungsten. Mm-hmm. But the reason I got it was because it's got like sand inside of it, and I'm not gonna try and show you because I know how my camera works, and it'll say, "Ha ha ha ha, you fucking idiot,"
and then mess your whole system up.
Right. But the colors of my ring are blue, which is my favorite color, and green, which is her favorite color. So as soon as I saw that, and it was only like 25-ish bucks. Right, I was like, okay, we can make this work. We can take one for the team. So. Okay.
No, because I asked, because like Keith only wears like his silicone rings. And I was like, do you want like a nice ring? Like we can get a nice ring. He's like, no. He's like, the silicone, it's perfect. It's all like me. And I was like, okay.
No, because he's like me. He's not really a jewelry guy. Right? No, yeah. Like, that's the kind of, if you want a nice ring, it's because you're either, if you want a nice ring, I should say, it's because you're a jewelry person. Like, you're flashy and you want people to notice you and all this. Like, he's not like that. He's just like, look, I'm fucking massive in this bitch. You're going to notice me anyway. I don't need a ring to also show you. The other thing I was going to say, or like what happened to me, is your wife just kind of chooses it for you.
Yeah.
You're getting a nice ring. I'm making you get one. So choose this one. Okay.
Sounds good. Thanks, honey.
Now, I know I've had a lot of great things happening to me, but I'm not the only one who's had some life updates. Something fun happened to Judy today. It literally happened the day of this recording.
Yes, it happened earlier today. So remember how last week I mentioned that I got a new job, or I got a job offer, I should say.
Yes, I do remember. And you accepted the offer, though. So technically, for all intents, you got a new job.
Yes. So today I had that awkward conversation with my boss during my one-on-one.
That was fast, though, because I thought you said that it wasn't going to be for like basically a month and a half.
Yeah, I don't start my new job until September, Labor Day weekend.
So why did you tell them now?
Because I wanted to just tell them now, get it out of the way.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so.
I would never give my boss that amount of time. God, I don't trust him.
Why not?
Because I don't trust the company enough. Because I don't know how the laws are in Texas, so maybe it's probably different there. But in Nevada, they can fire you just like that. So hard you hit your microphone. Like, they don't have to have a reason. It's a right to work state. They don't have to have a reason to fire you. As long as it's not something that's illegal, so like based on your gender, your race, or something like that, they can do whatever they want. So no, I don't trust it at all, okay? If I like you, you're getting 2 weeks at this point, and that's only if I like you.
No, I really want to do it now. It's like, look, so it's kind of funny because I was debating internally. I was like, ooh, should I tell her before going through my one-on-one or after my one-on-one? Because I had a lot of things to talk to her about, like just work-wise. I was like, Okay, so I was like, I'll do it after I tell her all of the tasks that are pending. That are still on my plate, right? And then at the end, we start talking. She's like, oh, so how are you? I was like, yeah, I'm doing good. So just wanted to let you know.
Oh, God.
And like, I love my boss. She's so awesome. And when I told her, because then I thought back on how yours went when you were giving your notice.
Oh, fuck.
Like, oh, God. Yeah. Exactly, right? I was like preparing
for the worst. I'm going to need you to stay.
Preparing for the riot, but, hoping for the best. So, but, I mean, I think she was so understanding. And, I mean, she just said, she's like, I know you wanted a remote job. She's like, remember a few months ago, you applied for that one, and, we saw how that happened. I was like, yeah, I know. And she's like, it wasn't a matter of if you were going to do it. It was just a matter of when. So she's like, I'm not surprised you're leaving. Like, we already knew it wasn't a secret. But, you know, she...
Wow. Like, I'm sure...
yeah.
I'm hoping she said it with a little more...
No. It was... Yeah.
Like, just because, like, yeah, we've been ready, okay? Why you think we hired Veronica, okay? It's because we knew. You can leave now.
No. There's nobody else yet. And so,
that you know of. These corporations tricky.
True, but I have access to her emails, so nothing has come through.
Fair.
But, you know, I told her, I was like, she's like, so when's your last day? I was like, I'd love to stay here until the end of the month. I go August 30th, so I can still have all my health insurance and everything still kick through. She's like, that's perfect. She's like, I don't think we'll get anybody in the next 2-3 weeks.
Damn.
I was like, yeah, I was like, fair. I just told her, I was like, I will, you know, help transition, blah, 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 smoothly, whatever. But I did tell her, though, because I have a project that I do at work, and it's like my baby. I told her, I go, look, I want to keep this project. Is there any room for me to do like per diem work here to just continue doing my project with my baby? And she's like, you know what? That's a great idea. I'm glad you brought that up because you're the only one who does that and trying to train somebody else to do what that, like, they don't know what that is. So she's like, yeah, we'll bring that up when we talk to our main boss on Tuesday. And yeah, so I mean, it'll still be great. I'm hoping I can still keep this per diem work side. And you know what? We'll all be happy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, I was going to ask you if they offered you anything to stay, but like from the way that from the way your boss reacted, it was obvious that they weren't going to.
Like, she's like, you know, we can't offer you a fully remote position. This is not, I was like, yeah, I understand. Like,
no, yeah, but I mean, just the fact that she said that she basically knew that you were going to be leaving at some point, like, to me, that's not the kind of person that you at some point try to, what if we double your salary? You know, like, that's more like okay, we see what's going to happen. Yeah. We're fine with it. Like, we're fine. Not fine. Not like we're happy about it. Man, maybe a little. Right. But
yeah. So.
Oh, well, that's cool that it worked out. I get scared that rug pull, right? But I'm going to put good vibes out there and just, we're going to keep our fingers crossed that this is all going to be perfect. And you get your per diem stuff and you don't get fired like tomorrow and a whole bunch of stuff.
I mean, let's hope not, but there's no official resignation letter floating in the cloud because I haven't emailed it to her yet. I just gave her a verbal resignation.
Right. And then she's going to verbally go to her boss and be like, Judy called me a bitch. Get rid of her.
Oh my gosh, she wouldn't do that.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
But I just thought about how, I mean, I'm sure it's different if you like your job or you like your bosses or you hate your boss and you hate your job. But it's just that I feel that giving notices is just the most awkward thing to do. And I've done it a few times, you know, with every job change.
I mean, I agree with you.
There has to be a non-awkward way to do this.
I don't think so. I think you have to be a sociopath for it not to be awkward because you're essentially breaking up with the company.
Right.
You know, like I've never been in a breakup where, unless I was like, I'm so done with this person, right? There's been those, but it's always just like, this feels awkward because like, I really like this person. I just don't see this working out, but I don't want to hurt them at the same time. And and that's exactly, you know, wow. And that's the issue is that you're breaking up with the company, but you have to deliver it to this representative that you've grown to understand as a human being. Mm-hmm. And that's, so it's always, until you, just like I said, turn into a sociopath, it's always going to be awkward because you have feelings.
Yeah, those stupid things.
That's one reason that I could never be like the head coach of any sports team, you know, especially like the NFL, because I've been watching that Hard Knock show, and this is preseason stuff, so there's no training camp, but every year in the training camp they always show the coach personally cutting like 60 people or whatever.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do that. Okay. Like something inside of you has to be kind of dead for you to be okay with firing that many people at one time. Yeah. And look, I understand that that's a part of the job and some people just have to get through it and it probably affects them in their own ways. Mm-hmm. But still, for me, like I said, nope. No, like the only time I was happy about it was the last time. And that's because like, I was like, oh, you don't want me to stay? Cool. Deuces. I'm out of here.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. It's time for Am I Overreacting?
Yay.
All right. You ready, Judy?
Yes.
Am I overreacting? Wife suddenly wearing sexier clothes and up all night. My wife, 37 female, and I, 39 male, have been married for 11 years and have 2 kids. She is a stay-at-home mom. Overall, our marriage has been good. Normally, my wife would come to bed with me or shortly after, and even if she was tired, she'd stay up and read a book or scroll on her phone beside me. For the past couple months, she started staying up late, like 2 a.m. late. Before she's generally come to bed around 11, I know she's up on her phone because I've gone down to check on her, and she's always sitting up with her phone with her phone on and the TV off. Normally, not totally abnormal, but the last month or so, she's bought push-up bras, which I have yet to see her wear, revealing clothes and tight shorts. Out of character for her. I've tried talking to her, but she says she's just wanted a different look. She also goes on long walks when I get home to clear her head. An hour or so, always with her phone. Something just feels off. I don't want to snoop or spy, but staying up late, sexy clothes, am I paranoid?
A little bit, maybe, I think.
Oh, really? Okay. I think he is full on correctly reacting. Okay. I think that either his wife is cheating on him or she is getting ready to divorce his ass.
But, okay, let me just say, at where in her day would she be cheating on him? Because if she's at home all day with the kids, well, did they say how old the kids were?
Let me check. I don't believe they said how old the kids were. But she's 37 and he's 39. I gotta believe that the kids are probably old enough to be at school for most of the day.
When did they write this? Is it during the summer?
It was written 1 day ago.
Okay, so maybe it's the summertime and she's home with the kids. She must be losing her mind. Honestly, being home with these 2 kids all day, every day, causing ruckus, and she doesn't have a job because that is her job. I would see why she needs to decompress when he gets home and goes on her walk.
So the walk was the only thing that I didn't have an issue with, other than, like I said, she hates him and needs to be away from him, so she might be getting a divorce. If you're looking at it from solely she's cheating on him, okay, I get where you can be coming from, where then maybe he's just paranoid about it. But that's why, to me, I'm also saying that no. She does not want to be around him, and she's getting ready to call the lawyer. Okay, let's put all the things together. One, okay. This is psychopathic, sociopathic, all the pathic tendencies, in my opinion. Who stays up in a dark room on their phone and doesn't even have the TV on?
Just for the overhead lights? It's not
just for the extra light. Okay, or some extra sound. You're just in a weird. You were the one when we were talking about the first time beach, and you're like, well, if it was quiet in there, maybe it's like weird feeling. That's what I'm saying. She's just in a weird, quiet room by herself. She would rather put herself in that position than go upstairs and be with her husband. So there's that. Second. Why is she buying push-up? Because like you said, she is a stay-at-home mom, right?
Okay.
So what? She's wearing the push-up bras. It's summertime so that
Around
the neighbor
house.
kids can see. Like,
Maybe.
if she's not using them for getting some, at the very least, getting some looks from around town or whatever, then why did she buy these push-up bras? And if she's around her husband that much and she tries to do look, wouldn't you be like, hey, I'm trying this new look. You've been with me for 11 years and I kind of value your opinion on things. What do you think of this? Nope. She said, I fucking hate you. I'm going to try something new and hide it from you. We're getting a divorce.
Oh, man. So, I mean, obviously, that's like his money that she uses.
I hope they sign a prenup. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, man, that's just crazy. But then I think about, it's like, I wonder if she wears like these push-up bras when she goes grocery shopping and she has the kids, right? Because so she can get all the looks.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. There's a lot of factors. You know what I really wish is that there's like a follow-up to these "Am I overreacting?" to just like
there's sometimes are,
he
but
divorced me. You know what I mean?
But okay, but that's going back to before the update. But that's my point. If she's at the store getting all these looks, right? Mm-hmm. If she was still into her husband, you know what she would want from him? The looks. She would go to the store and be like, okay, cool, it worked. And then take it to him and be like, yo, what you think, daddy? And then he'd be like, yes. Because guys are barbarians. So we can't think of anything good when it's just staring at us in the face. Right?
I wonder
so
if
that's
she just
why
takes it all off, goes back to her mom clothes before
Yeah, she takes off her uncomfy clothes and puts on the sweatpants, which universally means you're not getting any. We all know. Sweatpants are not yoga pants, okay?
Okay.
If you're in sweatpants, 9 times out of 10, you're not getting any that night. Okay?
Although they're easier to take off.
No, I get that, but I'm saying if you're in sweatpants, it's because you're like, oh, I just want to be comfy. I don't really want to do much. Not saying that there's not a world that you can't, like, with a lot of work being put into by the guy, that you couldn't get into it. But I'm just saying, like, it's a lot of work. And at that point, the guy's probably also tired. And he's like, all right, I'd maybe be cool putting in, like, 50% of this work by now, but like not this much, man. We've been together for too fucking long for this. I can't be doing this right now. And that's why sweatpants automatically makes it so that 9 times out of 10 you're not having sex that night.
Fair.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Now there is a trump card to that. Trump card is you just throw porn on the TV. And you just see what happens. It's like, remember in How I Met Your Mother, they had Naked Man?
Yeah.
So same thing, you throw porn on the TV and you see where it takes you. It's not, most of the time still, they're going to walk out. But every now and then they'd be like, all right, thank you. Let's do this.
Fair. Okay, so I still think he might have been a little overreacting, but...
And I get where you're coming from. Like I said, I think he is reacting, and he better call the lawyer before his wife does, because she's going to take all of his stuff while she is having sex with whoever their pool boy is right now.
True.
And if they don't have a pool boy, then it's the lawn boy like Judy has at her house.
Or the grocery bag clerk.
Oh, see, yeah, because that's where she's wearing the push-up bras.
Exactly.
Or let's be honest, it's one of her son's friends, okay? She's gonna be on it. I mean, I'm assuming that her kids are in high school, and I'm just going to say, like, it's one of her son's friends, and that's
I thought
why.
you were saying, like, son's friend's dad, like.
Nah. There's no good porn where the mom goes to the friend's dad. No. It's just to the friend.
Okay.
Maybe I should watch less porn. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Maybe, yeah.
What, you mean like you don't watch 4 or 5 hours a day? God.
That's a lot. How do you have the time? That's really what I want to know, right?
Well, I'd be staying up until 2 a.m. alone. All right.
In the living room with the TV shut off.
Wait, see, that's another thing. No, you need the TV to mask the scent. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Before I get myself in any other trouble. There. That's going to do it for the first half of a conversation with Judy and Ryan. Oh, man. I'm going to take a minute to catch my breath. And, yeah, we'll be right back. Woo! Welcome back to A Conversation with Judy and Ryan, right here on YouTube at TABPOD. You can also check us out wherever you social media at TABPOD. For Otis, because you're my boy Otis, I'm going to tell you, if you're listening to us for the audio, just look for A Conversation with Judy and Ryan. Audio conversation, visual TABPOD. Not that hard. Not that hard, Otis! Come on. I have to get it in. Well, I have to get it in now because since you're leaving soon, that's probably also how they do. Otis told on you. He was like, Judy's leaving soon. She's getting out of here. But now he won't be able to tell you or won't be able to yell at you for having me yell at him. So I just got to make sure I get it in. We did start our Patreon. So at TABPOD there. And, we have it set up now to where you can actually, a couple of people hit me up and they were like, Ryan, I want to give you $5 so I can get on this ticker. But like the $5 option is not there. What am I supposed to do? And I just really didn't think anyone would actually go that quickly. So I was like, it's fine. I have plenty of time.
I have time to do this.
But that option is there now. So if you want to be, right now it's called, if you want to be part of the ticker team or team ticker, I gotta, you muted yourself and then unmuted yourself and then sneezed. So I'm gonna work on that naming, that tier's name, but yeah, it's there. If you want to be part of if you want to help support us and if you want to have your name displayed beautifully on our ticker, then please go ahead and donate at our Patreon or subscribe to our Patreon because you're not donating. I don't know. I can't do words, okay? I just try to make with the funny ha-has and now I'm trying to think. It's, okay.
Too much.
But this is also a man who tells you to share the content by just yelling, "Listen to A Conversation with Judy and Ryan." I'm that kind of dude. So like, you gotta take the good with the bad. You gotta sparse. Sometimes you get some greatness and sometimes you can get some shit. So we just, but overall, it's gonna be like high quality stuff, right? So perfect shit, high quality. And that's us. We're high quality right here on A Conversation with Judy and Ryan. All right, before I mentally choke myself to death, Judy, you found something on Twix that, well, actually, did you find it on Twix? What you're about to share? Okay, so you did. You found it on Twix, and it is a thread. Is that what they're still called?
Yes.
A thread.
That's what we're going with.
Of people giving the pettiest reason that they broke up with somebody.
Stop dating them.
Yeah, stop dating them, broke up with them. Well, six in one hand, I would say. Okay. So I came across, you told me about this earlier. I'm still trying to figure out a petty reason that I broke up with somebody. But to be fair, Like, if I thought that there was going to be a petty reason to break up with you, I probably wasn't dating you in the first place. We were just, like, hooking up. And I mean, like, for anyone that I had spent, like, let's say 3 months plus with, right?
Okay.
So, like, you go on, like, 3 or 4 dates with somebody, you hook up with them once, and then you're like, we're not meant for this aspect together. That's not what I'm talking about. But everyone else, I probably saw the red flags. Let's be honest. So
I was also trying to think of like petty reasons, and I remember there's this one dude I went out on a few dates with, and I just couldn't think of the word that he kept misspelling.
Was it like receipt and he kept putting the I before the E?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't like, it was worse than that. I can't think of it so long ago, but I'm like, damn, why did, like, I can't remember it, but it, like, pissed me off. Like, I know what you're trying to say, but that's not the word that you're saying. But anyways, okay, so I bookmarked some of my favorite ones from this topic. And the first one that got me into the rabbit hole of this thread was one of my Twitter friends put, she was 250 pounds in the pictures, but she showed up in person a solid 160, probably less. He goes, false advertising, in my opinion. Since you're already lying, I'm out.
Wait, so he was upset that she lost weight?
Yeah.
Wow. Somebody, honestly, no, let's be for real. Let's actually translate that into, because it was a guy, right?
It's a guy, yeah.
So let's translate that into what happened. Yeah. She lost her ass, okay? She went and worked out. She had no more ass, and he was like, I was here for the ass, and now it's gone, so I'm gone. That's what happened.
And so, like, his tweet blew up. It went viral. It's like 33K likes, 2K, like, repost and quotes. But I just thought, I was like, is this or that reverse catfish? Or is it just catfish?
I mean, I guess it would just be catfish, since it's not, though, because it's the same person. All right, I'm not getting caught into the weeds on this one. Give me the next one.
Anyways.
What's another petty reason that somebody was broken up with?
Ooh, this one. I would like your opinion on this one. This lady says they smoked my weed without asking.
Oh, get the fuck out. You get out of... That's not petty. That is correct reaction. Look, no, and that's not... It's not just because it's the weed, right? But anyone who would not ask for your permission before taking something... I get upset when I have a football on my desk that has my name on it, and I use it as a nameplate because for whatever reason, I've been there for 8 months, and they still haven't got me a nameplate. I feel loved. So I use my football as my nameplate. But people come in and don't ask, and they just full on palm the ball with their sweaty ass hand. And because I'm in a customer service role, I can't be like, hey, dick, put it the fuck down. Yes, sir, that's my ball. Yeah. If you could just put it down there, thank you. Yeah.
Things. That's not a toy.
Oh God, I get like. And here's the thing, I probably, because like I said, customer service. If somebody asked if they could touch it or hold it or whatever, I would most likely say yeah. But the fact that you are just taking the agency upon yourself to grab something that's not yours, and it's an invasion of privacy, and that it goes back to this girl, because like that's the first thing, they smoked your weed without you asking. Next thing, they're just, I took your ATM card without you asking. Sorry, it's a prank, bro. I don't know what the big deal is.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. This lady said his voice sounded like a Keebler elf.
What are the fudge ones called? Hold on, I gotta know what these stupid cookies are called now. Keebler Elf Fudge Cookie. Oh God, because I can't actually type. It looks so fucked up right now.
What are they called?
EL Fudge. Oh God, Fudge Stripes. Those are the ones I'm thinking of. Fudge Stripes. The ones that have the Keebler Elf cookies that have the chocolate filling are called EL Fudge. Get it? Elf, but instead of it's got the you can't say udge. That sounds stupid. So EL Fudge. Yeah. But no, Fudge Stripes. Hey, Fudge Stripes. I can't even do it. I can't even do the goddamn voice because I can't get it that high. That was a good. Honestly, that person probably. I don't want to say that. That'd be mean. They probably didn't get through puberty. I didn't say that out loud, did I?
Okay, this one, it says, every time he got out of the car, his butt crack showed.
That one cuts a little too deep to home, okay?
No.
That cuts too deep because I've told you Asher is giving me a mental complex about this. Because every time I stand up, Dad, your butt. Now I gotta walk around the house with a towel on over my pants just to make sure. That one cuts a little too deep. You should have had a little more thought from my man, okay? God.
Oh, I think this one's my favorite. He started a fight, but ended up getting beat up.
That one. That doesn't seem petty to me, though. That just seems like, well, not only did you fail at being a man, you failed at showing me your manly tendencies. So, because a man would not have gotten into a fight in the first place. But if you get into a fight, you better win. Like, you know.
Yeah, especially if you start it, come on.
That's what I'm saying.
Come on. But yeah. I think that was the best one, hands down. There were a few more, but after rereading them, they're not that great.
So the one that I came across that I absolutely loved was a guy had taken her made her go see him play at his recreational basketball game.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And had him wear her jersey or had her wear his jersey and everything. Uh-huh. And then he got dunked on like real bad. And she was like,
left her in a game?
Yeah, pretty much.
Damn. Could you imagine?
That was my favorite. Oh God. That'd be like me inviting someone onto this podcast and then you not laughing at a single thing I said over the course of 90 minutes. It'd be like, really? This is what you do as a hobby, huh?
Yeah,
you choose to put yourself through this. Oh God. All right. Good. So, Judy, I don't know if you have been aware, but the internet has been on fire today about something that happened in the world of boxing on the Olympic level.
Okay, I know all of my Olympic feed is Simone Biles, Katie Ledecky, and that one rugby chick. That's all. That's my For You.
Is it, okay, so question, is it an American rugby chick or is it the New Zealand rugby chick?
I'm pretty sure she's American.
Okay, so because on my feed for rugby specifically, there's been this one New Zealand like Terminator chick that just basically Jim Browns through everyone that she plays against. So, okay, so no, thankfully there's been no controversies with Katie Ledecky or Simone Biles at the time of this recording. But there was an issue. Well, not really an issue. There was an issue in women's boxing in which, here, let me pull this up for you.
Okay.
So, this is not the right one. My bad. Here we go. Boxer previously barred from women's events wins fight after opponent quits in 46 seconds. So basically, this woman right here who is named Iman Khalif, and I'm probably mispronouncing her name. She's Algerian. Okay. And everyone has been going around ranting and raving, saying that this transgender woman got into the ring with a natural born woman and beat the hell out of her for 45 seconds or 46 seconds, right?
Okay.
Now, since then, it has come out that Iman is not a transgender. She is a cisgender, right? Now, you might be wondering, what is a cisgender? Well, it's pretty much just normal people. If you were born as a female, like the doctor identified you as a female, and you grew up as a female, and you live your life as a female, and you identify as a female, then you're a cisgender, okay? So it's just, in my opinion, after reading, now you could take a look at TABPOD and read what I'm reading for yourself, but in my opinion, it's just a way to describe the normal side of the gender. That's a bad way to put it, but
yeah, not normal, but we get it.
The traditionally normal, is that still feels yeah.
Like, yeah.
It's a way to just identify someone who was thought of as who was determined to be a specific gender at birth and still identifies as that gender.
Yes. Yep. That's good. Yeah.
The technical term. Keep it as precise as possible. That'll keep the lawyers away. Okay, but that's different from a trans person who was born as a girl or a boy and then at some point transitioned into being the opposite gender.
The opposite, right.
So when this story first broke, everyone was saying that this person, Iman, was a transgender person who got into the ring and beat the piss out of this Italian woman, including one Logan Paul. You know, the guy who just keeps putting his foot in his mouth on the internet, the guy who has Prime but is also getting sued by the Olympics for Prime. A bunch of other stuff. He's not a good person. I'm saying he's one of these guys that, like, if he ever, he won't ever. He's made more than enough money to ever actually go broke. But if he does, I'm not gonna be actually sad about it.
Nope.
So he tweeted out, "The purest form of evil unfolding right before your eyes. A man was allowed to beat up a woman on a global stage, crushing her life's dream while fighting for her deceased father. This delusion must end."
Oh my God.
So before I go any further, let's see the follow-up to this. Oopsies! I might be guilty of spreading misinformation along with the entirety of this app. God, whenever he does an apology, he always tries to make himself sound like the fucking smartest person in the room.
Right, yeah.
With the entirety of this app. No, because I'm on that app and I didn't say anything so fucking stupid, okay? Although she's been previously disqualified for failing a gender test, in quotes, and has XY chromosomes, we will get to that in a minute, some sources say Iman Khalif was born a biological woman. I stand by my sentiment that biological men should not compete against biological women in any sport. And if you agree or if you disagree, you're a sick fuck. Okay.
God.
All right. So, like he said, the one gray area to this whole thing, because I do agree with him. I do agree that if you were born a man, then you should not, especially in a combat sport, be able to fight against women. Because, as we've said in the past, your bone density and the strength, the inherent strength that comes with that, puts you at an automatic advantage against a female. And that's my only reasoning for it. However, what I would also say to that, because there are allowances in the actual Olympics for a transgender female to get into the ring as long as her testosterone levels and estrogen levels are at correct levels, right? I disagree with that, but it's in there. My point in saying that is, if you as a woman know that you're going up against a person who at one time was a man and choose to get into the ring, knowing the dangers that come with it, while I do not agree with it, that's the choice you made. So you have to live with that choice.
Okay, yeah.
You're not going to get any sympathy from me for getting your ass whooped because you thought that you would have a chance against a man. Like, you're not going to get that sympathy from me. Now, like I said, there is a gray area with Iman because, A, as we saw in that tweet, Twix, post, whatever, that she was born, excuse me, with an XY chromosome. So I don't really know how that, I'm not a doctor. I don't even pretend to play one on this podcast. The only thing I play is that I'm the king, the Lord Jizzle King. But, so I don't know how that would affect biology and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But she was disqualified from another promotion, essentially, the World's Tournament. But also, there's weird testing from what I've heard. There's weird testing involved. It's not the same testing that the IOC uses. The IOC and the Worlds are kind of at odds with each other on certain things. So that's also a gray area. So I'm not trying to sit here and say that it is a perfect 1-to-1 and she should be thought of as, you know, doing great things for women's sports. But what I am saying is that it's unfair that her name has been dragged through the mud today and that so many people have been making comments about how this man beat up a woman.
Right.
Because that's not what happened. Like, she was born a woman. She has lived her life as a woman. She has done everything to the best of her knowledge as a woman. She shouldn't be crucified under this fake, you know, argument that people are having.
Yeah. God, and it's always just like that one thing, right? It just blows up. This one rumor that's like, oh, they're trans. That's it. We're not gonna tell you anything else. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and honestly, just the reason for it too is, like I said, it's her, and there's another boxer at the Olympics right now. They failed a gender test. Like, that's where it came from. They failed a gender test at these other promotions, boxing championships, and were disqualified. But I would like to, what were the qualifications for this gender test?
Right.
Did you ask them to make you brownies and the brownies suck? So you're like, you're not a woman. Get out of here.
Right.
Did they not share good enough tea when they were gossiping?
I never knew that gender tests were a thing at the Olympics.
So I don't know if gender tests specifically are a thing. I just think that I know that they drug test, and I'm sure that they're also testing for heightened levels of certain things, a la testosterone, in people, since that could also be a form of a enhanced substance or a drug enhancement. So I don't know I don't think there is a full-on gender test where they're saying, oh shit, that doctor said you were a girl, but according to this right here, nah, you got a dick. I know it.
Do they get blood work done to check their estrogen levels or their,
I would assume so. I do know that blood test is done at the Olympic level. Like, it's not exclusively blood, but it is part of it.
Interesting. Yeah. See, the only controversy I remember ever hearing about, I mean, I'm sure there were more, but it was one Olympic year where I think it was the Chinese gymnastic team where they're they can't be more than 10 years old. Oh yeah, no, that was back in what, 2012? Was it 2012? It was the last time they hosted, yeah. Right? Maybe 08 even, but yeah, it was the last time they hosted a Summer Olympics. And I remember the gymnastics team, everybody was 11 years old or whatever. And to this day, I still, especially when we see Simone Biles, full-ass grown woman doing great things, I still don't understand how having an 11-year-old competing gives you a competitive advantage. I have no idea.
And it has been shown, I guess they're more bendable and flexible. They're like a Stretch Armstrong or whatever. But to me, still mentally, I still can't. What, your brain is so underdeveloped you don't realize you're in front of thousands of people?
Who knows?
Oh, God.
Yeah, that was funny.
But there's always some kind of controversy, because I remember, obviously you have back in the day when Ben Johnson popped for having steroids in his system after winning the gold medal. I remember when snowboarding was relatively new and a bunch of snowboarders got disqualified for having weed in their system. There's always something happening, right? Maybe not to the degree of there was a man beating the hell out of a woman in the middle of a ring and the world watched. Maybe not on that level, but
Oh
all
man.
right.
Yeah.
We got one more thing to talk about tonight, and we saved it till the end because it's really something I'm trying to get Judy's perspective on.
Okay.
So for anyone who's unaware about what's going on in the world of Marvel, or the MCU specifically,
MCU.
Robert Downey Jr. was announced at San Diego Comic-Con, which, for anyone who doesn't know, San Diego Comic-Con is basically like the Super Bowl for nerds. Okay, all the stuff gets announced there.
All the stuff.
But he was announced that he will be playing the main villain of the upcoming 2-part Avengers movie.
Yes, because they are pivoting away from Jonathan Majors.
And by pivoting away, they cut him so quick.
Quick.
We had TV shows and movies and gadgets and gadgets dedicated to getting him to be the big bad of this universe. Done.
Literally gone. You have like no trace of after the fact.
So, and also, if you are unaware of the MCU in general, the reason that this is such a big deal is because Robert Downey Jr. has played a pivotal part in the MCU timeline. He was because his character is gone. Spoiler alert, it's been like 10 years, chill. He was the character who played Iron Man, or the actor who played Iron Man. So he was basically the leader of the Avengers in the MCU timeline.
Right.
So now you're bringing in this pivotal creation or pivotal aspect of the creation of this series of movies, and you're turning him into the bad guy. And I'm not gonna lie, when I first heard this news, I was really excited. I was like, oh my God, he's back! I love RDJ! Yes! Right? This is also coming from someone I've not watched like the last 8 Marvel movies, MCU movies. Mm-hmm. So for that got a reaction out of me, and I was like, oh, maybe I will have to look at some of those, right?
Yeah.
But the more I thought about it, the less I liked it. Mm-hmm. And I know that part of this comes from the pivot because they had to do something about Jonathan Majors.
Right.
But I also think that a big part of this was because recently Marvel stuff ain't been doing too good.
Nope.
Okay. And to show this, and like I said, I want to get Judy's opinion on this in a sec. Actually, before we go to this, it would be rude of me to know. How did you feel about RDJ getting this role?
Honestly, I think I had the same reaction as you did. Right? You're like, yeah, like obviously everybody loves RDJ. I mean, he did like a whole 180 on his career with Iron Man. Mm-hmm. So he embodied that character. And the more I think about it, though, I'm like, they really could have just picked a different actor.
Right.
But I get what they're trying to do. They're probably trying to win, like, the nostalgia of the sense. Like, oh, okay, it's RDJ again. I think you're 100% correct. That's part of what we're going to get into with this list of movies I'm about to show you. I think that they are trying to get the person like myself. I'm making it about myself. They're trying to get someone like myself who was faithfully watched every single movie theater release of all of the Marvel movies, going up through, at the very least, going all the way through pretty much Endgame. Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they're trying to recapture those people who have maybe not gone to the theater over the past couple movies. And the reason I say that is we have right here, this is thanks to RottenTomatoes.com, right? So take it with a grain of salt. But this is all the MCU Marvel movies ranked by the tomato meter. Now, I'm not going to go through all, 33 movies or whatever, right? But if we go to the bottom real quick, let's just look from 34. Look, we have one from 2023, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Yep.
At 33, we have 2021's Eternals.
Yeah, makes sense.
At 32, we have The Marvels. At 31, we have Thor: Love and Thunder. So we have gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right?
Yeah.
Yes, 5.
Yes. Within
of
the last
most recent, literally the most recent Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Before we get to one that was not ranked or that was made in the earlier seasons, which most people don't even consider this one, The Incredible Hulk, actually part of the timeline because they've made it, they rebooted it so much inside of the time. Either way, you have to go 4 or 5 movies in. I can't believe I messed that count up. That's 4 movies. Either way, you have to go that many in before you get to anything else. And then even in the top 10, if you round it out, you still have Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
And okay, so you have Doctor Strange. So
Doctor
5
Strange.
out of the top worst 5. Or I'm sorry, yes, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. I don't want to get that confused with the actual original Doctor Strange.
Original
movie.
one, yeah.
But of the top worst 10 of the 10 worst Marvel movies according to Rotten Tomatoes, 5 of them are their most recent 5.
Yeah. Or came out within the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think this is 100% we are trying to just get some nostalgia going, and we want people that would not wanted to come to the movie theater to come to the movie theater just so they can see Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom. And I understand the perspective of wanting to do that, but what if it's successful? What are we going to do now? Are you going to have Chris Hemsworth play Galactus? Oh, no, forget that. We'll just have Robert Downey Jr. play Galactus. And that's...
Well, okay. Chris Hemsworth is still Thor. That's still his character. They haven't killed him off or done anything with him.
Yeah, but they didn't they make Natalie Portman the actual Thor of this phase of the MCU now?
No.
Okay, I got that misunderstood.
No. So it's I guess if you switch out Chris Hemsworth with Chris Evans, because they killed off Captain America. His Captain America, I should say.
Right.
So it's like bringing Chris Evans into a bad guy role or another villain role, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know all the right? So I get it, but
that's what I'm saying. Is that what we do now? If it's successful, is that the only way we get people to go see the newest Avengers movie? Because we have Scarlett Johansson. She's playing. I can't even think of anything right now.
Yeah.
There's she's because we have X-Men now. She's playing a Sentinel. Or she's Mystique.
Oh.
I'm just gonna start naming so many Marvel characters after blanking on so many, and then just having people on the other end being like, I don't fucking know who this person is anyway. Shut up. It's not that important.
Yeah, it's a very interesting pivot. I see where they're going. I wouldn't say it's making them look a little desperate, but
it's making them look a lot desperate. The initial, it's like that post-nut clarity, okay?
right.
The initial rush of it has faded, and now we're like, RDJ, seriously? And then the other part that's giving it backlash right now is I don't think you've heard. He's reportedly getting paid over the course of the 2 movies, so essentially $40 million, but he's getting paid or $40 million per movie.
I think I
he's
saw
getting
that,
paid
yeah.
$80 million on top of the perks that he gets. So let's just say that all the perks are another $2 to $3 million because he gets his own, not just his own RV, but his own RV encampment. I read. I was like, the fuck? Is he getting ready to go to war every day? So he's got that. He gets jets to fly him in and out whenever he needs. He's got his own security. All these things are adding up, right? But he's getting paid $80 million. And in the society or the economy or whatever you want to say that we are living in right now, while I am so happy that man is getting his money and he deserves it because he is going back to Marvel at the perfect time because my man just got the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor, and then Marvel came asking for him. Oh, like he probably would have gotten like 65 before the Oscars, and then after he's like, "Damn, I need that 80. I need that 80." Okay. Me and LeBron need at least 40 mil a year, okay?
And they'll give it to him, so.
Yeah, so like I'm glad about that. But when we live in a world where, you know, most households need 2 incomes just to be able to thrive, just survive and have a normal existence of a life, or aren't able to, you know, pull themselves out of poverty or anything like that, it makes it tough when you're like, oh God, $80 million. Damn. But, you know,
yeah,
he was really hurting for money, so he needed it. He really needed it.
You know, he was out of work after he did that
Oppenheimer? Yeah. I'm sure, because I'm sure Oppenheimer paid him like $13 an hour. You know, he didn't make any real money off of it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he probably got paid more than Oppenheimer himself, like the guy who played him.
Well, so, and that,
not
Oppenheimer himself.
The guy who played it.
Oh.
Cillian Murphy. Oh my God.
Cillian Murphy. Thank you. I can never say Killian or Cillian. I'm pretty sure it's Killian now that I'm saying it. Either way, I'm not Irish.
I'm gonna say Cillian.
But yeah, they were saying today on the internet was saying today that Oppenheimer's entire budget was $100 million, and RDJ is about to make $80 million over 2 movies. Good, like I said, good for him. I'm happy that he's getting paid. He's one of my favorite actors. I'm not gonna sit here. I also didn't watch Oppenheimer, so it's not fair for me to judge.
I thought you did.
No.
Oh, we were talking about the sex scenes. So I thought you. Oh,
yeah, because I saw the sex scenes. 5 hours of porn a day. It's not all just hardcore. Some of it's like movie scene stuff, okay? You gotta expand. Okay? You can't see, this is the issue with most people. They get into their little hole of porn, and that's where they live for the rest of their life. No. You have to expand your horizons. That's how you learn to do the double clutch basket catch, okay?
No,
how else?
You're right. That reminds me of sorry, so tangent. I think it was Knocked Up or one of the Judd Apatow movies where they created a website of the time.
Oh, that's Knocked Up. That's
okay,
Knocked Up.
But that's the timestamp of every boob scene in movies, right?
You want to really laugh? That was a parody of an actual website.
Oh, I mean, I believe it.
It was called MrSkin.com. Now you're wondering, Ryan, how do you know this?
Of course Ryan would know.
So I used to listen to Howard Stern all the time, and that guy came on the show all the time. And this is probably also a reason for why I'm a little like this. But he had names for every single aspect of something. Like if, like if someone's muff had hair on it compared to if it didn't have hair on it compared to if it was fake hair. Like he had names for all these different sections. Oh, wow. So yeah, wow. So that's, I think in the movie, they even say something like that. We're like, oh yeah, this is just like Mr. Skin.
Okay.
I think I haven't watched that movie. It's on. It was or it is on Netflix, and I keep going. I still don't like Katherine Heigl. So, yeah. All right. Well, what do you guys think about RDJ? Are you happy that he's going to be Doom? Are you apprehensive? Are you apprehensive? See, it's not about how you fall, it's about how you get up, okay? Don't be a judgy dick. But it's, are you apprehensive about it? Are you just like, you know what, I would just settle for a good Marvel movie at this point? Let us know in the comments down below. Like I said earlier, if you're interested in helping the show grow, please remember to check out our Patreon, where for $5 a month, you can get put into the ticker team. Judy, we gotta workshop that ticker team. We need something better. Okay. So put it in the notes. And then, yeah, if you made it to the end of the show, you're probably aware already. We now have a new release day. It is Sundays, 10 a.m. So you don't have to wait as long to hear all the funny ha-has.
Yeah, 2 days earlier. 2 days? Yeah, 2 days earlier.
Honestly, I just got tired of waiting till Tuesday. I was like, I want to hear myself now.
Oh, Keith was like, hey, did you know your episode dropped on Sunday?
Thank God he was, because you and me both, I remember seeing the tweet come in just being like, yeah, we did high-key forget that we're dropping it on a Tuesday.
On a Sunday.
That too, that we stopped dropping it on Tuesday and put it on a Sunday.
Yes.
This is what happens when you wait until the end of the show for announcements. Your brain's already mush and you're just like, why? Why are you doing this to me now? We were at the end, sir. We hit the finish line. And now you want to get critical thinking? Yeah, because I like to live dangerously. Whatever. All right, so that will do it for this week's episode. Thank you guys so much for listening. We do appreciate it. If you want, please remember to share the content out there with whatever social media platform you prefer to use. And if you don't, it's fine. If I don't ask for it, then you're never going to do it. Or you'll never think to do it. Or you'll never want to do it. But if I ask, at some point, maybe you'll feel sorry for me. So you'll do it. That's how sales work, right? You just seem as pathetic as possible until the person finally goes, okay, fine, I'll do it. If you just stop looking so creepy. Fuck. Oh. All right, guys. Thank you so much. And we will see you next week right here on A Conversation with Judy and Ryan. Bye.
Bye.